Nigga, when my name come up, respect.
You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day.
Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name.
To this day.
All drill y'all. Stop playing with my name.
I can't even stop smiling because that's the inner happiness inside of me. I'm not concerned or worried.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
I'm sick and tired of idiots out there who think he wants to fight. How stupid have you got to be to think that Deontay Wilder wants this fight? Just listen to what he's saying.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Do that shit. You put the shit together.
So, yeah.
Boring.
It is becoming
boring. Oh yeah, I want 60 for mate. Fuck off, mate. You ain't earned $3 million. Fuck's sake. I mean, a raw beans over here.
Beautiful life, man. I got a happy life. I'm a happy being.
Walk up any city, any high street, any town in the world and ask anyone who Deontay Wilder is. No one's got a fucking clue.
This is the time for it to happen, to everything to come out. I feel it, bro. You can't feel the power.
He ain't even gonna do 300 buys on pay-per-view.
I sold the pay-per-view too, and this time around they here for me to see unfinished business.
On Showtime, you're not 60-40, idiot.
And we will rise like a phoenix from the ashes.
Don't waste our time. Don't use Joshua's name to try and gain profile and publicity. Fucking waste of time. Wasting my life.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking. Let's rock.
All right.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
What's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. You know what it is. All right, let's get back to fucking work. Salute to all the real ones out there. Alright, so Eddie Hearn says that Anthony Joshua and 90% of Matchroom fighters are ready to go. Eddie Hearn, promoter of the unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, says his boxer is very eager to take part in his Essex Fight Camp series, which is being targeted to begin in July. Hearn told Daily Mail that he wants to stage fight nights without fans in attendance on 4 consecutive Saturdays in the 15-acre grounds of his Matchroom headquarters in Brentwood, Essex. He spoke to Joshua, who advised his promoter that he wants to take part on one of these shows, which is not going to be possible.
What? English, motherfucker!
Boxing has been on pause since mid-March, when the coronavirus pandemic broke out in force and most countries went into lockdown. When the pandemic came down, Hearn was forced to postpone events in several countries, including Joshua's mandatory defense against Kubrat Pulev, which is scheduled for June 20th in London. The Matchroom CEO has been speaking to his entire stable, and the majority of them are ready and willing and able to get back in the ring. 90% of the fighters are ready to go, Hearn told IFL TV. They want to carry on their career. I was talking to AJ. AJ wants to fight here at Fight Camp. I don't think that's necessarily an option, but he wants to fight. This is what he does. I want to go back to the office. I want to go back to work. That's what I do. I'm sure the fighters would prefer to fight in front of live crowds. Of course you would. It's not going to be an option in the interim. It may not even be an option until next year. So be a pro. Get prepared.
Boom.
Get a fight in the bank. Get
Boom.
your money in the bank.
Boom.
Progress your career. And let's go. What's up, fight fans? So it seems that all in all is good in the world of Eddie Hearn, and once again the light is pointing to the end of the tunnel when it comes to us having some boxing events. So it is officially kicking off. I was just talking on the live stream last night. Somebody was telling me that Eddie Hearn is putting all of this shit on in his backyard. And I was under the impression that the Daily Mail was more like the National Enquirer in the UK. You know, no disrespect to the Daily Mail if that isn't so. Like I said, I was under the impression. It doesn't necessarily make that true.
Shit.
But considering that this is the case, I just think this is a great feat for boxing. It is something that needs to get done. And I also was saying on that live stream that, you know, getting into the events like this that don't have the fans, that the fans can't access it, etc., etc. You know, I mean, I just think it's going to be a lot easier when the floodgates open up and we can have live fans in boxing. You know, so it'll be easier for the fighters to make that transition. So, and I was just saying that last night. So looking at this article and saying that 90% of his Matchroom stable will be ready to go whenever boxing comes back, and they're just ready to go right now, I mean, that's a good thing. That lets me know that as soon as boxing kicks back off, we'll just go right back into a full swing of things and have a schedule. I'm not saying that we'll get those fights that were promised to us before the pandemic, because let's be realistic, guys need tune-ups. But the fact that from what Dana White already did himself and Eddie Hearn coming behind it and putting on these events, and I think he said 4 consecutive Saturdays in a row that there will be events. That's fucking awesome, man. Boxing is coming back. We have more things to talk about. I'm in full belief that this show will be a success. Now, looking at Eddie Hearn sprawl to his garden, etc., etc., man, Eddie Hearn's got a very nice home. I'm looking at the layout to the fight camp and everything. All that shit looks sweet, bro. Like, I'm ready to go. This is what boxing is all about, man. Once again, going back to this fucking pandemic, and I hate that it has to pollute the topic of every conversation, but this is what it is. Just gotta adjust, man. We just gotta adjust, you know, just like in the center of the ring. Shit get awkward, you gotta box lefty.
Hell yeah.
So that's what we're doing with this pandemic situation. And once again, man, it's good to have boxing back. And I'm very thankful that guys like Dillian White and Alexander Povetkin are willing to put it all on the line. So shout out to Eddie Hearn, shout out to Matchroom, shout out to Brentwood, Essex, man. Let's just make this a magnificent event, bruh.
It's in the game.
I'm all for it, and whatever it costs, I'm more than willing to fucking foot the bill. All for the love of the game. And that's the most important part, fight fans. It's all for the love of the game. So,
EA Sports,
the Matchroom boss has been making preparations, getting things in order. Now, speaking on the Anthony Joshua side of things, how he said he wanted to be on one episode, I don't know what would be preventing that. They didn't necessarily specify in the article, but you know, as soon as we find out that information, we'll touch on that as well. But as of right now, this is what it is. This is what it is. We know for a fact that he said he has 90% of his stable ready to go. We do know for a fact that on the 4th of July that Alexander Povetkin and Dillian White will be fighting. And I heard that the beginning of the card will be opening up with a British title as well. I don't know the card. As soon as I get the information on the card, we'll put that out ASAP, man. But once again, boxing is back, man. I fucking love it, man. Shout out to Eddie Hearn, shout out to Matchroom, and shout out to the boxers putting in that fucking work.
You don't shut up, I'm gonna blow your brains out.
Come on, man, don't hurt me, man.
Shut up.
I know I was wrong being on that girl, man. This crack shit, man, it's got me, man. I don't got no control over it, man. I try to kick, man. That shit just speaks.
Calling me. It's calling me.
I go to it. Need help, man.
Come on, man.
And as we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Man, motherfucking boxing is back. It's a beautiful fucking thing. Respect, though.
My feelings are dead. I feel no remorse. Yo, it's a terrible thing.